Hi everyone and welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of Reputation Rebuild at Aberdeen with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. So we're in our Euro Cup 2 semi-final today. Just an opportunity to try and win a trophy this season. So that's what we're going to focus on through to the end of the season. And we're up against Rennes. First leg didn't quite go according to plan. We got a 1-0 loss, but that was away from home. So hopefully today we can turn that around and get through to the final. Let's find out. Welcome back. So yes, absolutely. We are in the Euro Cup 2 semi-final. Let's go and check out all of the fixtures that have happened since the last time you and I were together. There aren't that many, to be honest. We got a very comfortable win against Motherwell, having played Roma in the last episode. You remember we got through in the Euro Cup quarter-final last episode. We then played that first leg against Rennes away from home, and we did lose 1-0. Little bit disappointing, but I think it's still all to play for in this particular game at home. And then we got a 1-0 win against Hibernian, having rotated the 11 completely against our direct rivals, 3rd to 4th position. So ultimately, we did pretty well against them, absolutely, and continued our run in the Premiership. So if we go and have a look at the Premiership, the reason we're focusing on the Euro Cup 2 now as much as we can till the end of the season, if we get to the final, is we're kind of pretty much done in the league. We've got 3rd position sewn up completely. We can't really catch Celtic or Rangers at this point. We've halved the gap in terms of points from what we lost to them last season. So that's the step forward. So next season, who knows how close we'll get or not get. Who knows? We'll have to do some business in the summer to continue to improve. But this season, 3rd place, absolutely done and dusted. So we're focusing purely on the Euro Cup 2 to see if we can bring a trophy back and a European trophy nonetheless. We started out in a different European competition, went out at the group stages, and this is how we've managed to stay in the competition, in European competition, should I say, and get to the final. So ultimately, 1-0 down from the first leg, not ideal, but let's see if we can turn it around. So if you were with me last episode, you'll know that our goalkeeper, Joe Lewis, unfortunately is out for now about 4 months with a broken ankle. He's already been out for a few weeks, so that changes our goalkeeping position. We've got a further 2 injury issues for today. One not so bad, one a little bit worse. So Liam Delap, who's been on decent form recently, is still got a couple of days left on rehabilitation from an injury he has sustained. So I'm not going to risk him at this point. We've got a very good goal scorer in Kevin Nisbet that's going to play instead. But the bigger issue is that Ryan, is it Ryan Hedges? Yes, it is. Ryan Hedges. I kind of knew that. I should have trusted myself. He's out for 3 weeks, which is basically going to take him through to the end of the season pretty much as well. And he's our right-sided winger. Now, McLennan has come in just at the right time for him, really, because he's on fantastic form at the moment. If we go and have a look, his attributes are not the best by any stretch at all. And he's only really played backup to us most of this season. But he's currently on a 5-goal in 5-game scoring streak. So it's the perfect time for him to come into the side because his form is fantastic. So whether he'll produce that today now that I've spoken about him, I very much doubt because that's the way it works. But he's done pretty well for us so far. So those little changes mean that we've got Baxter in goal, Hernandez at right back, Demir at left back, Finlay and Simpson in central defence, McCrory, Ferguson and Vertonen in central midfield, McLennan on the right, Middleton on the left and Nisbet up top, with a bench of Devlin, Ramsey, Hayes, McGeoch, Campbell, Ross and Anderson. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So this is our semi-final second leg. We've got to do something about this. At home, can we turn it around? So I've gone pumping the fists at the players and riling them up and saying we owe Rennes for what happened in the last match. Go and get revenge. It's important that we get out on the pitch from the first whistle and really try and go at them. So we're in our positive mentality. You can see that Rennes have got a couple of very well-known players. Camavinga, Stambouli's a great player. Doku down the left-hand side is a fantastic player. So those are the sorts of players that we've got to watch out for. But we do come with our own threats. The likes of Nisbet up top, for example, has been good this season. And we've had a very solid midfield, so hopefully we can perform. And as long as we're not making too many silly mistakes, we've got a decent chance here. I think we should be okay. We've got to find a way to control the possession of the game as much as we can. Middleton nicks the ball brilliantly and then goes off on a mazy run through the centre of the pitch, right the way across to the right-hand side, gets to a bit narrow and then can't find a route back in, then does. And the shot in the 6-yard box is blocked by the defenders really well, and they eventually get it cleared. But early signs of a decent opportunity. And there's the possession stat just being boosted slightly, 57%. That's what we need to do. We need to try and control the game as much as is possible. 20 minutes in, that early chance was the only one so far. And now it's a chance for Rennes, though, to potentially cause us a problem. And we block the original long shot, but it goes back to them on the wide left. And they've switched it over to the wide right. Doku out wide right on his left foot, cuts in. Eventually takes the shot right-footed. And it goes straight at the goalkeeper and he parries it out for a corner kick, fortunately. We were a little bit lucky. Corner comes in, set piece, and what a fantastic parry over the top that is by Baxter in goal. That is phenomenal goalkeeping. Unfortunately, the pressure is still on, and this time we do get it away. And Middleton there on the edge of the box, ready to collect the ball and run with it, makes it all the way down to the byline at the opposite end of the pitch, and then cannot get that cross in. And it goes harmlessly out for a goal kick, unfortunately. But what a great interception and run that was by him. 4 shots at goal, 2 on target for us so far in this first half hour. Few decent efforts, and we've had decent possession. So it's not looking too bad, but we haven't found the breakthrough yet. And that's the key, isn't it? We need to find the breakthrough as early as possible to give ourselves enough time to continue to put the pressure on. It looks like we're going in 0-0 at half-time, which is really disappointing, considering that we've controlled the possession, had a few shots at goal ourselves. The XG rating is in our favour. 90% pass completion is decent in terms of controlling the ball. We just haven't found that one opportunity to properly get through and really threaten the goalkeeper. So we're going to have to do that in this second half. So what do we want to do? Do we want to go aggressive at them and push them to even something? Let's pump the fists again. Let's tell them that the first half wasn't good enough. Let's show us what you're about in the second half. And we are going to go into the tactics. And just at the beginning of this second half, not for too long probably, we're going to come out attacking and hopefully get something against them early on in this second half to really cement our place in this match. We've got to do something. And we've started with a highlight right in the early stages, the first minute of this second half. Can we keep the ball? We don't. Doku intercepts it and goes back on a mazy run, palms the ball off and then moves back over onto his side. But they're working very nicely down the right-hand side into the box. And we are in a little bit of the danger here. And it was coming, wasn't it? And they worked it very nicely down the right-hand side. We've got to do all sorts of things about this now. We are 2-0 down. Checking the goal. I don't think there was an issue. There was an issue. Wow, okay. I will happily take it for offside. And it was just very slightly. I didn't see that myself. I thought that he just about held his run. But that's okay. 1-0 down then with still most of this second half to go. Can we get back in this game? Oh, I really hope so, but it's not looking fantastic at the moment. The percentage of possession is raising, but we're not getting the chances. We're not getting the highlights. At 60 minutes, we might have to do something about this fairly soon. But here's a chance. Hernandez with a throw-in down the right-hand side. McLennan, the on-form McLennan, gets it in the box. What happened there? Is he checking for a push on him? Please give us a penalty. That would be fantastic at this point. Desperately need something. Penalty review for a bit of a shove, it looked like. And the ref is going to come out, show the VAR sign, and then what's he going to say? Penalty. We do get a penalty in the semi-final. This could be an absolute game changer. Now, upsets our number one guy for penalties, Ferguson, and he puts it in the bottom corner. And we do go 1-1 with still about half an hour to play. So there is still time. We're going to drop it out of attacking. Once this penalty highlight has come and gone, we're going to drop it back into positive from attacking and just hold the ball a little bit smoother, maybe a little bit more consistently. And here's a chance to build up another attack through the middle. We've gone left to Middleton, runs at his defender, gets all the way to the byline, puts the cross in, but is blocked. He's going to get the loose ball, fortunately, and get a chance at the cross. And that, I think, hit the woodwork from McLennan. He's in such good form. I almost expect him to score at the moment, but he didn't quite manage it on that occasion. And at 71 minutes, it's time for us to go in and have a look at our team. You could see on the opposition, they had several players that looked like McLennan does, with real low conditioning now. So we're going to have to make a couple of changes, and McLennan is going to have to be one of those. Unfortunately, we don't have our normal right-sided option. So we're going to have to put Ross on and play him as an inverted winger on the right-hand side. Not ideal. I think we're possibly going to have to take one of these yellow cards out as well, just to help protect ourselves a little bit. Now, Ferguson's had a great game so far, got a goal, is doing better in the average rating stakes, but his conditioning is lower as well. And if we go into extra time, that could be a problem. So I'm going to take a chance, and I am actually going to take him out, and we're going to put Campbell in that position instead. And McCrory is going to have to play through with a yellow card to his name. And the only other person, Vertonen's not doing great either, is he? Vertonen on this bet are going to have to come out. I think we're going to boost our engine room. We're going to take Vertonen out as well, put McGeoch on, and then actually we're going to switch Campbell and McGeoch round. They play those roles slightly better. So again, Nisbet is going to have to do something himself up top. We're going to have to rely on him. What do I want to change? I don't really want to change too much because we're controlling the game reasonably well. We're just not quite creating the chances. But hopefully, as this group of players for Rennes get a little tireder with the last sort of 10 minutes to go, hopefully we'll get something. We're going to demand more from them for the last 10 minutes of the game. And then we are going to go back into attacking for the last few minutes and just see if we can nick something in the dying seconds. Let's see how we get on. We're not looking as though there's going to be any more highlights at all. And then there is 92 minutes in, and it's for us at the moment, but we've got all the way through their side to get through. We've got to be able to do it without losing the ball. We almost lost it there, got it back again, and that is a fantastic strike right in the dying seconds of this game by Middleton down that left-hand side, cuts into the box. I've taken it down to balance mentality immediately, so we're not too attacking when we come back out of this highlight. But what a great shot that is. Took it out from his feet a little bit, gave himself some space, and then whipped that shot with the left foot, and it goes into that far post. Can we see the game out? Yes, we can. Absolutely. And I punched the microphone at the same time. I'm sorry about that if that came through to you at all. But we win the match 2-1 in the dying seconds, and Aberdeen get through to a European final. Now, granted, it's the Euro Cup 2, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and I want a European trophy this season. So here we go. There's not much more to say other than this is what we're coming back for next episode. Right at the end of the season, Aberdeen play RB Salzburg. Now, I can tell you that Salzburg overturned a 2-1 deficit in their first game to get through to the final. So they've been fantastic against Feyenoord. And now we get to play them on May 25th. In the Euro Cup 2 final. So that's what we're coming back for. We'll just go into the schedule briefly and see what other games we have to play in the league. And it is fairly hefty, isn't it? Rangers and Celtic both in there for the last 3 games, with St Mirren also. But a couple of home games hopefully will help us get a few more points. But as we've already seen, the league is done and dusted. So it's all about getting everybody through to that final as fit as we can. Now, will Hedges make it back in time? Probably not. Joe Lewis definitely won't. So we've got a few decisions to make potentially for the final, but ultimately, I think we've done very, very well to get there. And today's turnaround was pretty spectacular just in the dying seconds. So that's going to do it for today. Come back and join me next episode for the last game of the season, where we will play that final and see what happens there. Until then, don't forget that I'm now on Twitch at twitch.tv/the United City FM. I'm there every weekday from 3 till 5, sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later, but normally around those 2-hour periods. So come and say hi there. We're doing a great save with AC Milan, trying to figure out how to get them playing well. At the moment, it's not totally working brilliantly, but hopefully we can turn that around. On the rest of the channel here, you'll have seen my Truro City save still continuing. We've made it all the way to the Championship, so check that out. Until next time, though, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button on this particular episode. That will help me get seen by lots more people. It helps the YouTube algorithms. Let me know what you're thinking about all of my content in the comments below. That also helps the YouTube algorithms. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.